guys, Kelly here, and today I wanted to talk to you about my plans for the Contemporaryathon. The Contemporaryathon is a readathon that runs from the 23rd to the 29th, I believe are the dates, and it's hosted by Natasha from My Reading is Odd, Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, Julie from Pages and Pens, and Melanie from Mel to the Innie, and it's a readathon where you read contemporary, and I've participated, I think, the last couple rounds. They do it twice a year, and I decided this time I didn't want to create a firm TBR, because if you've watched some of my videos lately, which I haven't had a video out in a week, because I'm just having a struggle of the last month of completing books. I've DNF'd a bunch of books. I have a recent reads probably coming up soon this week, which will have another DNF. I've had a lot of 3, 2-star reads, and just been kind of in a not as much reading mood. And I think the Contemporaryathon is what I need to push myself to get back to enjoying reading. And so I want to make sure that I am mood reading this week and not sticking to a set TBR. So I am going to show you how I'm going to do that. But first of all, there is one book I have on my set TBR. I am buddy reading Emmy and Oliver by Robin Benway, and I'm reading this with Tia from Tia and All the Books. We both had it on our TBR, and I was like, let's read it for Contemporaryathon. So this could actually fit several of the different prompts. I could use it for yellow on the cover, an illustrated cover. I think it also could be hard-hitting, because I believe one of the main characters is a boy who was kidnapped by his father, and now he's coming back to his mother years later. So I think it can fit a lot of different prompts, so I'm not going to decide at this point which prompt I want it to go for, but this one I'm definitely reading. We're spending the whole week reading it, reading 5 chapters a day, so that'll be definitely happening this week. I also got the audiobook so that I can make sure that this is a top priority and happens. Sorry, it keeps getting stuck in the light, the nice blue cover. And then the rest of it I don't have set, so I just want to show you what I'm going to do. So I took each of the prompts, there's 7 challenges, and I took all of the books that I either own or have from the library. So this stack is from the library, and then all the other 3 stacks are contemporaries that I own, and I took any contemporaries that I was remotely interested in at this point in time, and that was most of them. I only have I have thrillers that I didn't pull out because I really just want to focus on non-thrillers, because I'll be reading a lot of thrillers, I think, in October. So these are all the just plain contemporaries that I have, both YA and adult. I didn't pull any middle grade, and then a bunch I had from the library. And I just decided which prompts they all fit and put those in jars. So I have different jars for each of the prompts. So some of these books will be in just one jar, and some will be in several. And so what I'm going to do is that whenever I decide to move on to a new book, it could be when I finish a book, or it could be that I'm in the middle of a book and not feeling it and want to pick something else up. I will pick another jar, pick a book. I'm giving myself full, the ability to DNF a book that I'm not enjoying, or to, pull something out and be like, no, I am not in the mood for that. I'm going to pick up something else. Because my point is I want to make sure that I am really, reading what I want to read. And you might think, why aren't you just picking out of these 30 books, which one do you want to read? Well, this is overwhelming for me. This is a lot of books, and when I look at these, I'm like, I don't know which one I want to read right now. But by picking one out of a jar, I can tell myself, do I want to read this at this point? And if not, put it back in, do something else. So that's why I'm going this method. So I will be vlogging this week. I'm going to pick my first one here so you see what I'm starting with. And then I will be doing a vlog. I'll probably just do one vlog for the whole week. Who knows? If I have a lot to say, maybe I'll do a midweek and an end of the week, but probably a 1-week vlog where you'll see what I ended up picking and if I can actually finish some books this week. And I'll also, if I pick something, I'll try to look for the audiobook as well to try to get through them. So let me just decide what I want to pick from first. So I don't want to start off with dark and hard-hitting, because I already know that Emmy and Oliver might have some harder stuff in it, so I want something a little more fluffy probably. So I think what I'm going to pick from is there was a prompt about reading a book that is beloved by somebody in the community, and since it's these would all be people that I watch regularly and things that they love, and there's actually not that many in this one, and I know a lot of these are ones I'm really excited about, so I think I'll start with this one because at least I know somebody really loves this book. So, and I put them in dark pink because pink represents love, right? All right. And the first book, this is actually perfect because I've been really wanting to read this book, and it's More Than We Can Tell. Let me grab it. More Than We Could Tell by Bridget Kimmerer. And I've been really actually wanting to pick this book up lately because I got from the library, which I don't have it on this stack. I have it on I have 2 library stacks. I put it over there because I didn't want to read her new book, Call It What You Want, until I had read this one. I don't think they are linked at all, but I just figure I already own this one. I should read this one first before reading her newer one. So yes, I wanted to read this one so I could pick up the library book I had. And this is second book in a duology. Well, it's like a companion set. So I read Letters to the Lost almost a year ago now. Well, I mean, maybe not. It was probably at the beginning of this year, in like January. The kitten just sneezed. They're so cute. So I read it. I loved it. And this is one of the side characters. The main character from the first one, his best friend, is the main character in this book. And I loved him in the first book. I think his name's Rev. And so I'm really excited to read this. This also could be a little hard-hitting because I think Rev is dealing with his, like, birth father who was abusive and stuff like that. I think he lives with either a foster mother or an adopted mother. I'm not sure whether he was adopted or not. Yeah, but so there might be some hard stuff, but then I also think there's a cute romance, and I like the way she writes romance. So I'm excited to read this. Hey, I was just about to start editing when I realized that I never told you who this is beloved by, and that was the point of the prompt, is that you're supposed to read a book beloved by the community and tell us who it was that recommended it to you or who loves it. And this book I picked up because of Murphy Napier. I picked up any of Bridget Kimmerer was because of Murphy. She had been raving about both Letters to the Lost and this book over a year ago. It was a while ago, like when I first started watching her, and I picked them up, and it took me a little bit to read Letters to the Lost, and then, of course, now it's been months to read this one. But we also buddy read Bridget Kimmerer's newer fantasy, was that A Curse So Dark and Lonely, together back at the beginning of the year as well. So yeah, she is the one that introduced me to Bridget Kimmerer, and I'm really excited to read this. So now back to the regular video. So first off the bat, tomorrow I'll be reading 5 chapters of this. And starting this, when I read Letters to the Lost, I read it in one day. Like, I remember staying up late at night to read it. So this will happen. Who knows? Maybe I'll even start it at midnight tonight if I can't go to sleep. So those are the beginning plans. Check out my vlog later, next week or whenever it comes out, to see what else I end up picking up. I also might throw out a couple videos this week. I know I'm going to have a recent reads coming up. And then I think I might do try a chapter and do it with these jars a little bit, because I really enjoy them. They kind of like spur on my reading and interest in books that have been sitting for a long time. So I might do one of those and post it during the readathon. If you're participating, I'd love to hear what you're excited to read. I heard a meowing kitten. He wants to give a little cameo before we leave. So yes, these guys will help me to read this week. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.